Good morning to one and all present here. Happy to see you all in the morning. Today, we are going to see regarding an important topic on our subject, wireless ad hoc and sensor network. Before going to start with our topic, I just want to recap the summary of the last class. So, what is the last topic we have seen in the last class? Yes. MAC layer protocol using directional antenna. So, in that, what are the things we have seen? So, we have seen regarding what is antenna and what is directional antenna and difference between directional antenna and omnidirectional antenna and how the communication will be takes place in the directional antenna we have seen and the types of directional antenna available, which is single channel, multi-channel and hybrid, right? So these are the things we have seen in the last class. In continuation with that, today we are focusing on multiple channel MAC protocol. So any idea regarding what is meant by a multi-channel MAC protocol? Yes. More than one channel will be used for the communication of data from sender to receiver with the help of this MAC protocol. So in order to go with the topic, I just want to show a small video clearly explained about how this multi-channel works, right? Let me see a small video of explaining that. So just listen to the video how the multiple channel MAC layer animation has been takes place simulation module for wireless ad hoc and sensor network, right? Just listen to the video.
Set the path. Series space. Then run the coding. Yes. Please display button. This is the output of our project. The transmission are doing here. The pick and packet tuner, it's a neighbor node. Finding the neighbor nodes. The node 27, its neighbor node is 92. Find all the neighbor node. This is a source node, this is a destination node. Now see the graph.
So this video shows about the how we can able to make a multi-channel with the help of using the simulation module. So there you can possibly create a node and the multiple number of channels has been created, how the communication will be done. A small video we have shown, right? So now we will enter into the topic. multi-channel MAC protocol. So as you all know that multi-channel in the sense more than one channel can be used for communication purpose. So what is the purpose of using multi-channel? In order to avoid any data collision may happen or data loss may happen or any such type of things happen. So you can choose instead of one channel, we can prefer another channel so that the connection and the communication will be takes place in a regular basis. So when you are using single channel, if there is any collision may happen, it entirely affect the entire channel so that we can't able to communicate further process. This is the major advantage of using this multi-channel MAC protocol. Am I right? When you come to the protocol of multi-channel, there are certain number of slots forms is available in the form of frames. So each frames are repeatedly connected and there may be an empty slot may be available or it may be a reserved slot may be available. Based on that, the communication of the data frame will be sent. Initially, each frame will be empty and based on the transmission, it will be reserved in such a way that so the slot will be allocated in the regular basis and the data communication will be started from the sender to the receiver, right? Where in order to avoid the collision avoidance, we are making a timely allocation for each communication. For example, if you're having 10 data to transmit and you will be having 2 sender, so both want to transmit at the same time, but it's not possible. So there are multi-channels available. If one channel is want to request by 2 nodes, there will be one allocation will be done, which either based on the priority or is based on the process. So we will make the same. The once it has been allocated, the another channel has to be wait for this channel, or if any other channel is available, go and prefer that. So with this, we can clearly avoid the collision may happen during the channels. This is where collision avoidance time allocation protocol will be used. So it will be based on the dynamic topology. The scheduling will be takes place there. The slot of the distribution will be takes place. So in timely manner, the allocation will be allocated, and if they want on a reserved basis also, the allocation will be done for the further future purpose. When you come to the operation involved in the multi-channel MAC protocol, there are 2 major principles which will be involved. Will be receiver of a flow must inform the potential source node about the reserved slot on which it is currently receiving the packet. Then the source node must inform the potential destination node about the interference in the slot. For example, they assume that a sender wants to transmit the data. Sender knows about the destination node, right? So before sending the data, it has to identify which are the node having the potentially to transmit the data to receive the packet. And you have to identify, for example, you will be having 4 nodes having the potential to receive the data. Among that, which one we can be having the destination node you have to prefer. Then only you have to transmit. Similarly, the receiver has to identify which is the potential node of the source node for receiving the data. So these are 2 things receiver has to clearly define and sender has to clearly define. So without that, if you are not clearly defined and if you are sending and receiving the data, possibly there should be not an effective way of data may happen. There is possibility of data loss may happen. When we come to the hope preservation multiple access protocol, there you will use multiple access, which means more than one access is possible, but with the help of this hope preservation, more than one hope will be preserved, and you can use either half duplex or very slow manner. You can use this FHS, frequently hoping search pattern. There you can use either SRMA, it will be soft reservation multiple access. It will give a prior assignment in a 5 years reservation protocol. You will be having 5 different ways of reservation protocol will be available for the data transmission. If you use TDMA concept, when the time allocation will be allocated for each and every channel, Based on that, the communication will be done with the source node to the destination node. So in the schedule base only, the communication will be take place. When we come to the wireless network part, there are three major components which will be involved in MECA. What are they? MAC protocol, reservation protocol, and quality of service routing protocol. First, MAC protocol, reservation protocol, and quality of routing protocol. When we come to this, where in the reservation protocol, we will be reserved the allocation of the process with the help of this protocol so that there should not be any time delay may happen during the transmission of period. So before the transmission, we will reserve the channel and the source node and destination will freeze the thing so that we will process for the further thing. In this, the quality of service plays a vital role in the routing part. So quality of service with the help of this routing, finding the shortest path from the source to destination, identifying that, and we will transmit the data, will achieve the quality of service. So these are the three major components involved in the MAC-PR protocol. When we come to the supporting of MAC protocol in the real-time process, the real-time traffic MAC protocol have two major components. One will be IEEE 802.11 DCF, and another will be medium access control for the best effort traffic. These are the two major things which will be considered as a component of RT, real-time MAC protocol. End-to-end delivery is a key concern of making the source to destination delivery. Where if you want to make a quality of service, you should have an end-to-end delivery in order to make the process in a good way. And you should use a maximum available bandwidth so that in order to avoid the data loss. When you come to the factors which affecting the scheduling decision algorithm will be three major things. One will be a delay track of packet. The second one will be a traffic load at node. Third one will be a battery power. When you consider that if there is any delay in the target of packet, so that the data will not be received on that timely manner. So that in order to avoid this, the data loss may happen. So the efficiency of the process will be low. When you come for traffic load at node, based on the bandwidth, the traffic load should be taken place for each node. If not done, automatically the load will be overloaded. The efficiency of the traffic will be, the collision may happen, so the efficiency will be reduced. The battery consumption will be entirely based on the number of nodes connected in the. So if the scalability has been increased, the battery consumption should be controlled so that we can transmit the data at the higher amount of time. So with this, I just want to make an assessment of the today's class. So what is multi-channel MAC protocol? So you will be having a number of channels. You'll be having, based on that, you can prefer the channel according to the allocation. Either it may be based on the dynamic thing or it may be based on the reservation term. If you are making on the dynamic thing, it will be only on the runtime, which will be on the on-demand basis. It will be having on reservation basis. It is freely allocated for the source to destination on multi-channel. What are the factors affecting the destination will be three major things. One will be delay and time and reservation. So I just want to recap the today's class. So we have started with multi-channel MAC protocol. So you have seen the major principles will be based on the slot form of frames. So we should not avoid the repeated frame. So in order to avoid that, we will make the slot empty after the allocation has been completed. And if you want, you can make a reserved slot also for the future purpose. Once the slot has been completed, the entire process, it will empty the slot. So We'll go for collision avoidance time allocation protocol, where dynamic allocation of the communication will be takes place in order to avoid the collision avoidance. Two major operations which will be involved either based on the sender base or receiver base. In sender, you have to identify the potential destination, and the destination will have to identify the potential source. So these are the two things which should be considered before for the transmission. And if you're considering for hope preservation, the number of hope will be used for the data transmission will be HRMA. So where we can use multiple number of frequency hope count will be there. When we come for the components of MAC protocol, will be three: MAC protocol and reservation protocol and quality routing protocol. Where the factors affecting the scheduling decision will be delay target of packet, traffic load at nodes, battery power. These are the three major concerns which affecting the scheduling decision of MAC protocol. Well, this is a summary of today's session. Do you have any question you can ask? These are the references of the material which will be for our session. Thank you for the session.